Our first assembly speaker is Gemily Wang, who is speaking on Money Can't Buy Happiness.
Let me give you a couple of scenarios. If you had to choose between having a job doing something you enjoy and having a job doing something you do not particularly like, and both pay you the same amount of money, which one would you choose? I'm guessing most of you would go with the first option because it's something you actually like doing. But what if the job you find maybe tedious and boring pays more than the job you enjoy? How much would that affect your decision? Does the amount of money change your choice, or would it be solely based on what you love doing? For me, I like working with others through tutoring because it allows an opportunity to interact with people I would not normally connect with as much. A few months ago, I'd been tutoring a fellow student in math. However, every time I said this, the first thing people would ask is, "Are you getting paid?" Even the student I tutored asked me why I am doing this for free. I want all of you to reconsider your priorities when deciding what to do and think about your own personal happiness. When you hear the word happiness, what do you think of? Is it a time when you were having fun with some friends, watching Netflix at home, or do you think of a bunch of smiley faces? According to Psychology Today, happiness is defined as a state of well-being that encompasses living a good life, one with a sense of meaning and deep contentment. If it encompasses living a good life, then why doesn't everyone strive to be happy? Instead, in our world, personal satisfaction is not prioritized as heavily anymore. Instead, people value success, which is often by the need to make a lot of money. With all the money, people especially love being able to show off their wealth through things like designer clothes and nice cars. However, in order to become wealthy or rich, people are choosing jobs that pay well instead of jobs they're genuinely interested in. In addition to having a well-paying job, to keep or increase your position, you need to put in all the time and effort to do well in those careers. This reduces the amount of time you have to spend on other aspects of your life outside of work, such as hobbies, friends, and family. In an article called Wealthy, Successful, and Miserable, Charles Duhigg, a graduate from Harvard Business School, reports on many fellow graduates and their career advances. When he attended his 15th reunion last summer, he learned how many of his former classmates weren't overjoyed by their professional lives. In fact, they were miserable. They complained about having jobs that were unfulfilling, tedious, or just plain bad. One classmate described having insanely stressful work, done among people he didn't particularly like. While he earned about $1.2 million a year, he hated going to the office. He said, "I feel like I'm wasting my time. My work feels totally meaningless." He recognized the incredible privilege of his pay and status, but his anguish seemed genuine. He had received another job offer and would have loved to take it, but it paid much less. And he felt locked into a lifestyle that made this pay cut seem impossible. This is a common theme that is occurring throughout the United States. According to data collected by the Conference Board, a nonprofit research organization, in the mid-1980s, roughly 61% of workers told pollsters they were satisfied with their job. Since then, that number has declined substantially, hovering around half. The low point was in 2010, when only 43% of workers were satisfied. So, what is happening? There's a common way to compare people's happiness levels with their income through what's called a fulfillment curve. For almost everyone, they have a peak, where their fulfillment is at its max with the luxuries they want. However, many people are striving to go beyond that point into overconsumption, which is detrimental to their happiness. In addition, the points of survival comforts and luxuries is different for everyone. So to figure out where each point is for you, you have to personally realize this and experience it. I want all of you to examine how you decide certain aspects of your life. For juniors and seniors, we are all most likely going off to college in the very near future. Think about what major you are planning on pursuing. Are you pursuing it because it will help provide a higher paying job in the future? Or are you genuinely interested in the topic or area? For younger students, most of you probably have no idea what you want to major in. But what about deciding which classes in school you want to take? Are you taking certain classes just because you think they will look good on a college app, or because they are topics you are actually interested in? If you are doing things based off your own interests, good for you. However, if you find yourself following what you believe is best for you success-wise in the long run, try to reconsider your decisions. While this may not seem like a big deal for some of you, simply doing things because you like them can be very beneficial. You will find that you are more passionate in and care more about the work that you do as you actually enjoy doing them. This could lead you to have more time outside of work to pursue other activities and hobbies of interest, which furthers your personal happiness and fulfillment even more. So, next time you're faced with a decision where you have to choose between your own personal happiness or being wealthy with money, consider thinking with both your heart and your head. Thank you.